Three, two.
I know, you see, somehow the world will change for me and be so wonderful. Ding,
Dumb
ding,
bomb,
ding,
bomb,
live
life,
life,
breathe
breathe
air.
air.
Somehow
I
or
know
another, we're gonna get there.
Guys, don't
Feels
sing
so
so well. We're gonna get
wonderful.
don't sing so well. We're gonna get copyright claimed because they think it's gonna be
Nah.
the YouTube automated system is gonna think it's the real
It's
thing.
all for real. I'm telling you just how I feel.
Gabe.
Good. It'll help if you just sing along.
Hello,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
Stable Opinions podcast.
I have no idea whether I'm gonna
Tristan,
leave that in or
Chris,
not.
Gabe, and
I'm Chris.
Found a way. I'm Gabe.
hey Gabe, we're done
I'm
with
Tristan.
Yeah, we're done singing songs. This is real life now.
Oh.
Why can't
I'm
real life
Nick.
be a musical?
Yeah, so
Unstable Opinions, the musical.
Coming soon.
No, I will
I
not,
agree.
I won't endorse that.
I endorse
This
it.
one's
Anyway,
a solo indie.
this is the Unstable Opinions podcast.
You can tell we're really bored.
Tristan's guest starring again this time.
Hello.
If you're new to this podcast, every other week, a bunch of dudes get together. We talk about some entertainment news. We talk about what we've been up to, like what we've been playing and watching since the last episode, and then we talk about a specific movie or game. But this is our second episode in self-isolation because of the thing that we can't really mention that Game Grumps have been calling the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. So, well,
That's a good.
yeah.
word for it.
So, yeah, we're not all together, and not a lot of new stuff has been coming out, so we haven't really all gotten the chance to see anything like as a unit. So, like the last episode that we recorded in self-isolation, we're going to be just talking about the limited amount of news that's happened since last time and just kind of chat about what we've been up to since last time.
Okay, so let's get right into it.
Oh, yeah, okay, let me pull up the news because it was weird because, like, after the first episode in self-isolation, not a lot of stuff, more stuff happened than I thought, but this time I don't really have a lot of stuff written down. So if you guys have any other ideas, feel free to let me know.
I can start.
Well, I have three things.
Phase 4 movies have been pushed back.
Yeah.
Phase 4 is now no more.
Well, they
That's not what I said.
Except it's still a
this
thing.
this has kind of been like something we've been talking about the last couple weeks is just that everything is getting delayed, and now. The Disney stuff was kind of all being pushed back just indefinitely for a little bit, but now I think they gave new dates to all the MCU movies. So Black Widow, I think, is coming out in November.
They kind of just like pushed each movie back to the next.
The next movie's release
Yeah,
date. Yeah.
Because I mean,
2022 now has confirmed dates for Black Panther 2 and Captain Marvel 2, which weren't confirmed yet.
Yeah.
The only thing I think didn't change was Black Panther 2 was still it's the date.
Well, Black
was
Panther
pushed
didn't
back.
have a. I thought Black Panther didn't have a date before.
No,
It
I know.
didn't have a date.
They said that date that they were gonna go with was still like.
I think
that
Black
date
Panther's
that's
date
going
was
right
supposed
now.
to be Thor: Love and Thunder's current date.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, everyone here since last episode just got a new microphone, so hopefully we all sound better than last time.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
sound cool.
that was
don't
that was
sound
that
like
was good
trash.
timing.
I hope we sound decent enough over Discord.
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, that's my biggest hope is because last time we had a ton of audio problems where like we'd be cutting out. So hopefully nothing like that
I
happens. last
also
time.
moved my computer to the Ethernet cord, so my entire setup is
Oh, good.
straight to the internet.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all we have to talk about for MCU. I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
All right. So
I've got other news of delays, if I could get into that.
Well, is it like just like a bunch of stuff getting delayed, or is it like because pretty much everything that was going to come out is getting delayed. So
Yeah, pretty much. Just all the stuff that I cared about,
Yeah,
like
just-
my hopes and dreams.
yeah, just I guess just real quick, just list off everything because we don't really need to go into detail because it's like every time it's just like it was going to come
Yeah.
out this time, but now it's coming out this time.
Well, in the news of what Tristan was looking forward to this year, The Last of Us Part 2 is indefinitely delayed.
Oh yeah,
Again.
you know what the funniest?
Indefinitely.
Oh yeah.
Again.
You know what the funniest delay is to me is the New Mutants because this is like its 5th or 6th delay I
They
think,
just need to
Oh,
throw that
wow.
on Disney Plus.
and it's like it's just so funny to me because like every single time it gets to like when the release date was supposed to be, everyone on Twitter is like Happy New Mutants release day, and they show like the poster with the old date on it, but it's been changed so many times.
Oh, man.
It's really funny. But yeah, everything is still delayed. Moving on. I'm gonna do the most interesting thing last. So,
Wonderful.
something I think this happened. This happened in between this episode and the last one. There was a bunch of rumors about Mario's 35th anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
So, a bunch of insider info is basically pointing to remasters of most of the old 3D Mario games, specifically 64 Sunshine, Galaxy, and 3D World, and a new Paper Mario that's similar in style to the first game in Thousand Year Door, which I feel like has been a rumor every single year since like Color Splash came out. It seems like there's a lot of insiders backing this up, but again, we don't really have anything to go off of other than like what people are saying. So I hope this is real, but at the moment we don't really have any sort of concrete proof. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much.
Just gotta wait for an official Nintendo Direct.
Whenever that may be.
We've gotten Pokemon Direct, Animal Crossing Direct, Direct Mini, but we can't get a Direct
Nope.
for some reason.
I have a feeling that at this point we're just not going to get one until E3. Because it'll only be a couple
Probably.
months separated if they did one now and then E3. Like, what else would they have to reveal, you know? Okay, we had our first...
The first.
Tristan?
Tristan?
probably
I'm
not.
here.
Okay,
Hello.
okay. That
If
was
we
our
say
first...
your
That was
name,
our
that
first
means we need to
first
talk.
of hopefully not too many cutouts.
Hey, it's
So-
better than it was last time.
I mean,
Give
we're
us,
only
like,
7
20
minutes in.
to get back.
So, yeah, true. So wait, what were you guys saying? Did you guys say anything after what I said about that?
No, not really. It's just probably gonna be until like E3
Yeah.
that we're gonna hear any word of
hmm
release.
Well,
By the
what
way, I'm just gonna
Wait.
establish this now. Last time I tried to meld the conversation together as much as possible whenever we cut out. I'm probably just gonna cut out all the cutouts, and so if there's ever like a jarring shift in the conversation, I'll try to acknowledge what happened and just move on from it as fast as possible, and I'll cut it out in the audio when I edit this.
Yes,
All right.
agreed. I'm gonna keep talking because no one else is.
Yes. So, anyone else have anything else to say about the Mario anniversary stuff before we move on?
It's a
Um,
cool.
I want Mario game.
I hope
Yeah.
it's not super expensive, because if it is, I'm only gonna buy the Galaxy remaster.
I was
I'm
saying,
only
like-
getting Mario 64.
I was saying earlier that I think it'd be cool if they did some like a Sonic Generations sort of thing where it's like it's a new 3D Mario game, or it's like a new game that mixes 2D and 3D Mario levels, but they're all based on old locations, and that would be a good way for them to keep it at a $60 price tag.
Just give me Mario Maker 3.
Mario Maker.
Mario Maker 2
3,
Mario Maker 2 came out
3.
last year.
Give me Mario Maker 3.
Mario
yeah.
Maker 3 with Mario 64 assets.
That would be amazing. I'm surprised they didn't do that for
Yeah.
Mario Maker 2.
And this one has real world capabilities you never seen before. You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love it.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's already in the works.
Sure.
Yep.
All right. Last thing, which is I like I said earlier, the most interesting thing to me. So a new Cooking Mama game came out recently. And-
yes,
It showed up.
so
It disappeared from the eShop just as quickly as it appeared. I don't think they ever confirmed a release date for this when they announced it, but it came out, and then I think it was taken down a day later. and there was rumors circulating that it was like mining people's switches and like overheating them in order to gather digital currency like bitcoins.
Yeah, it was like Bitcoin.
I
mining.
don't think that rumor turned out to be true. I think it was just some sort of issue with like the developers and stuff. I think like they wanted to push back the release date and the publisher didn't want to or something like that. But it's very interesting to me. I don't know how many more people are gonna pick up the game now that that whole rumor spread around so fast about it just being like a scheme.
Yeah.
That would be
It's
crazy
just
if
such
that
a
was
weird
real.
thing for a Cooking Mama game.
Yeah, out of
to
all
have a
games.
rumor- yeah, that it's.
It's the one you would
it's a
least
Bitcoin.
expect.
Yeah, and that's
It's
why it's
perfect.
the perfect candidate.
Exactly.
I would not be playing Cooking Mama thinking that it's mining for Bitcoin.
Yeah, I don't think anyone would, but that's why I feel like that almost makes the rumor more plausible.
Yeah.
Like people are like, "Oh no, wait," but it's like you
I
would
wouldn't
never
believe
expect.
it if it were like a Call of Duty game or something, but
Yeah,
you wouldn't expect Cooking Mama.
yeah, because Cooking Mama I think has been passed around from like owner to owner, so I'm not really sure what company owns Cooking Mama right now, but I don't think
I
it's.
never knew.
Yeah, I
what-
don't know.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about it.
Yeah.
Where
Who
do they come
owns
from?
Cooking Mama?
Yeah.
Who is this Cooking Mama? And what
Who
is her
is the
story?
cooking mother?
Chris.
Ramsey?
It's not me. I had the freaking baby from Babysitting Mama, and I lost the diaper like everyone
Don't
else.
shake the baby.
And then and
shake
I don't
the
even know where the
baby.
baby is anymore. I'm a
I
terrible.
found the
baby.
baby.
I'm a terrible
but
babysitting mama. It's,
it's
no,
really creepy
your baby
looking.
was in your garage,
Yeah, it's really creepy
What?
looking in the corner.
and
of
it
the
didn't have a
garage. You
diaper either.
diaper? We don't have that diaper.
I don't think anyone has their diapers now.
We don't change diapers here.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Did you not have a baby Cooking Mama
you not?
baby?
No.
Dude,
Never lived your
I
life.
know
the
there's something wrong
classic
with me.
babysitting mama.
Yeah.
If you
I,
can't call yourself a
sue
real
me.
gamer.
Yeah,
Alright.
you didn't have the baby that you get stick the Wii remote in?
Ooh.
Bad
Moving
video.
Moving on.
That's how it works. man.
All right. So if no one else has anything to add to the news, we can move on.
Moving on.
That's
Okay.
about it.
Okay. So,
Alright.
what have you guys been up to? In this since last recording? I mean, I don't know how
Well-
long we would have been in quarantine or self quarantine, but we've been
It's
in.
been a
It's
long
been a
time.
while. It's been a fair few weeks. So
I mean,
It's been
since
ever
to
since
be
Tyler's
honest with
birthday
you,
party.
I have no idea what day it is. I haven't been keeping track of.
I
time.
didn't realize that we were supposed to put an episode out until like yesterday. Like this is the Thursday before the episode goes out when we're recording this.
Yeah, I had to ask you one what day it was today, and then I had to ask you two when was the last time we made an episode.
Yeah. I didn't even realize because it
I've
doesn't.
been playing
it doesn't-
Galaga ever since.
I mean, it doesn't feel like 2 weeks, but it also doesn't feel like anything. It doesn't feel. It's just kind of one blends
know
what
into the
it
what it
next.
feels
gone.
like anymore.
Just continue on. I don't know.
Time is a construct, man.
Yeah. And
Okay,
we're-
so what have I been doing in the past 2 weeks?
yeah,
well,
we'll start.
really-
Well, I guess we'll go back between what we've been playing and what we've been watching. So let's start with playing, I guess. Like-
Well, basically, I don't know what the last 2 weeks have been and when the last 2 weeks started, but I know I did play a lot of Lego Batman 3 Beyond Arkham.
Isn't it
I
Beyond
thought-
Gotham?
Yeah.
Just total
But
silence
basically-
for the rest of the episode.
I played
Yeah.
that. And then today I saw the DLC is half off, and I'm like, interesting. So I might have to pick that up later so I can 100% the game. But I played
it.
some of that, and then I think the only other new game I've played, well, actually, no, before that, I played the Game of Life on my Wii yesterday. That was awful.
That's very
I don't
interesting.
recommend.
I used
I
to
like the
have
Game
like
of
the
Life.
I used to have the board game with like the little electronic disc.
Yeah, I still have that.
Mine
I
doesn't
had
work
that.
anymore. The freaking batteries are so corroded over that it's like impossible to even replace the batteries. It just doesn't work
Yeah.
anymore.
You're supposed to take them out before you store them away.
But the Game of Life on the Wii, awful. It's
Well, is it
Especially,
based on the old Game of Life or the new electronic version with the credit cards?
Twists and
I think the
turns.
old
I didn't
one.
even know there was a new version.
I would
of
assume
I
if
don't
they
know.
made,
cards.
I would assume if they made a video game of it, they would include both. But I also don't
Well,
really get like making. I mean, I guess in some cases it's more convenient to have a video game version of a board game, but like
well, also
you know,
the game came out like 10 years ago, so there was no new version of the game.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got
And
you.
then I can lead into Gabe and say I've been playing some totally reliable delivery service with Gabe, and
Pretty good game.
we made
Oh
video
yeah.
on that, and my video is on my channel. Gabe hasn't finished editing his yet.
No. Well, I'm pretty much done, but I'm sticking to my Saturday
Yeah.
and Wednesday
I wonder
schedule, so
I wonder how Gabe's fans are gonna react to something other than the 1.12.2
something other than
patch.
Minecraft. I
They're
know.
gonna unsubscribe.
I mean, I've got
They're
a
gonna have to
lot
adjust.
more content than
Yeah.
just Minecraft planned, but I do have an episode ready for next Wednesday. That's gonna be Minecraft again, and then we'll probably have another.
Gabe, I
Totally
really
reliable
think if
free server.
since you have the time and you're editing faster now, you should switch to 3 days a week.
I could do 3 days, but then I'd have to, think about keeping up with it. I can't like go back to 2 days a week once school starts back up.
I'm not giving myself a schedule. I'm just throwing stuff up when I feel like it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
trying to
have.
stay consistent, but not on the day, but with the amount that goes up per week.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm trying to
I have no
stay
consistency.
consistent with both.
Chris takes 4 weeks to edit Luigi's Mansion review.
I haven't. See, here's the thing. I haven't been consistently editing it because it was one of those videos where I was in a video editing kick, and then I just sort of like, it's not that I lost interest. I just sort of
Yeah.
like slowly got out of editing it because it was taking a long time. So it's not that I've just been like taking freaking like 4 or 5 weeks to edit. It's just I just edit it a little bit here and there. So that'll go up eventually. But as of right now,
Start
I've been
editing.
like, wait, hold on.
And I know I'm about to start a big project because I have to do a school project, so I'm probably gonna mix it into YouTube too.
Yeah, I've been trying to do I'm trying to do stream highlights so I can have more frequent uploads because I stream a lot. I stream more so than I upload anyway. So I've been trying to like I cut down some of my streams into smaller videos, and I put the first one of those up a few days ago on my channel.
Mhm.
But I do want to, the Luigi's Mansion video is going to get finished. I do want to make more videos like that, and I'm going to. I'm just not.
Waiting.
I don't really have any sort of consistency with what I make and when it goes out. So, I'm expecting most of the subscribers that stick around from the big kick of subscribers that I got are going to be the ones that just are fine with whatever.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, true.
it's been interesting because it's slightly disappointing but also kind of expected that after that one video went like really like viral, like my subscriber numbers have only gone down since then because people subscribe to me because of that one 12-second video, and then they watch my other stuff and they realize they're like, oh, actually I don't know if I'm actually going to consistently keep up with this guy. Which
I
is
think
like,
that, they thought
If-
you were a meme page or something.
well,
like that.
it's like that's the thing is that I put stuff up like that sometimes, but it's not all that I do.
Yeah.
So if people are fine with other stuff in the meantime in between that stuff, then those are the people that are going to stick around, and I appreciate those people. And I also just appreciate anyone that just gave me a chance, but I can't fault them for just deciding that they're no longer interested.
Yeah, See, my first video was my stream highlights on GTA, and then I started getting into my Let's Play. But I want to do more like stream highlights stuff after I get more established in like a fan base or people that know my schedule, know when I'm gonna start putting stuff up. And then I started streaming some of the Let's Play on YouTube, so I've been doing that.
Mhm.
I put all my my VODs, my Twitch VODs on the Cheese Games channel.
Oh yeah, no, I
That's
saw
good.
that.
That's like-
Yeah, and
yeah,
my
that's-
VODs will be soon to follow. Just I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the highlight videos out first, just because I don't want stuff to be spoiled by the full stream. Even though I
Yeah,
feel like
of
most
course.
of the people that watch the highlights probably won't watch the VOD all the way through
Well,
anyway. But
uh-huh.
I don't know.
I just like having like, all the content there in some place. It's not necessarily like, for views or to get a whole bunch of
hmm
um, traffic, but it's so that like all of the recorded stuff is kept somewhere. And then I want to keep it. It's good that we have like a place to keep it instead of on our channels because it keeps it more organized and clean.
Yeah.
So then I only have the live streams for my Let's Plays on my channel, and then me and Nick had tried out the totally reliable delivery service.
It's a
A
very
couple
good
weeks
game.
ago. Very
Mhm.
fun. Looking forward to playing more, and probably gonna edit those up.
Was it made by the
Also,
same people that made Human Fall Flat? Because I know you guys compared it.
it was very comparable to
Yeah,
it. Like the
because I
feeling, the
thought
control.
I thought it was one of those games that was like by a developer that I knew already. Like because I know there's that game Moving Out coming out. I'm pretty sure that's by the same guys that made Overcooked, and like you can kind of tell when you look at it.
Yeah.
Um,
It is by the same people who made Hello Neighbor, No Time to Explain, Party Hard. It's Tiny Build Games.
oh,
Speed Runners. They made Speed Runners.
I don't know if they made all of those. They're a publisher too. I know they
Um,
made No Time to Explain, but they I don't think they made Speedrunners. I think they just published it.
I guess so. I'm googling stuff.
Mm.
Okay, hold on. The developer is We're 5 Games. We're 5 Games. So they made More Fight and Totally Reliable Delivery Service, and that's it so far, I think.
Okay. While we're on the subject of YouTube, I have a question for Triston. Okay, wait, it was just cutting out again.
It's Chris this time.
Yeah, it's always me.
Buenos dias, Chris.
Buenos dias, man.
Okay, so my question, you've been uploading gameplay videos, but you've also been uploading extended mixes of some of your favorite songs.
It's pretty
Yes, I
cool
have.
content there.
How do you go about doing that with copyright? Do you just like, do you get claims on those videos?
Yes, actually, I do. I think so far there are only 2 videos on my channel that aren't copyright claimed, but they're not strikes.
Are they your BioShock videos?
Actually, the first BioShock video got claimed by a song that's in the soundtrack that I couldn't
Mhm.
change.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
That's
just
weird.
playing that game gave me another claim, I suppose.
That sucks.
But those, yeah, like I got a bunch of like claims, I guess, for uploading the VODs that were the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah, I saw that coming.
things, because they have tons of the music from the soundtrack in it.
Yep.
But they're not actual strikes. They just say that you can't monetize the video,
Mhm.
and that we're not monetized anyway. Those videos weren't monetized, but if I ever tried to, they wasn't allowed to monetize it because that money, even if they run ads on the videos, all the revenue goes to whoever is in charge of the music,
Mhm.
whoever
Yeah,
owns the
and
rights.
same with my videos. It says that the publishers of, like say the Maroon 5 videos that I've done or the XXX Tentacion videos that I've done, it says that the publisher of the music can run ads on the videos, but they haven't.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I think it's fine. I'm not looking to monetize my channel right now. I'm really
Yeah.
only uploading music remixes that either I've made just because I like the song or because my friends have asked me to.
Mhm.
So, it's not something that I'm really looking to monetize. So I'm
Yeah.
totally fine with it.
Yeah, that's good. I've tried to do stuff like that before, not necessarily like mixes of songs, but like, well, I mean, I have done a couple things like that before with like the freaking like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air videos and like the one Eminem video. But I've made a couple edits using a specific song just because I thought it was like it worked or something. Like I made like a couple Marvel edits. I did one with like the Beatles, and I did another one with that one song from the second SpongeBob movie. And both of those immediately, they didn't like. I was fully expecting it to be like what's happened with you, where they get claimed, but like I just can't monetize them for myself, but they stay up for other people to watch. But both of those videos got taken down immediately because of
Wow.
copyright, like they just can't be viewed at all, and that sucks because less so for the SpongeBob one, but the Beatles one was one that I was really like excited for people to see, and like I just couldn't put it up anywhere.
Chris, what I think it was,
Like I put
'cause-
it on Twitter and Instagram, but the just the company that I think it's like Universal Music Group or something, but they own the Beatles discography, and they're just really strict about other people using the Beatles music.
Chris, I think what it wasn't really that, because like you said, Tristan's remixing the music. He's adding like his own taste to it, and then with his Bioshock video, it has like the game sounds over the music, so it's like not reposting the music. But when you were making your edits, it was like the original song. So when you post the song, it's just not like a changed song.
Well, yeah, but in Tristan's videos, it's like sometimes it's like not much has changed. It's just an extended cut of the song.
That is true.
So the algorithm is going to recognize that just as much as they would recognize something from my video.
It's kind of
So,
weird.
it
how
It just depends on how lenient the company wants to be with letting other people use the song. And
Yeah,
it's like
it really
Yeah.
varies from
It's
publisher
Yeah.
publisher to publisher.
and it's like it's sort of like, you know, it's a gamble because, you know, obviously like they don't want people uploading the songs in full, and like, and from that point of view I totally get it. And it's like, but it's just one of those things where like, you know, it works and it fits with what I wanted to do. So if they wanted to monetize it for themselves, I'd be totally fine with that as long as other people could watch it. But, you know, just not letting other people see it at all is just what bums me out. Because they could still make money off of it
Yeah.
if they
From what
monetized
I-
it from my channel. I mean, and probably not a lot of money, but if they were concerned about me taking money from them, all they had to do is just monetize the video for themselves.
It's basically free advertising for them anyway.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like less so. I think gameplay videos especially are like free advertising. I think it's less so when you just use a song, but again, you know, they can monetize it for themselves if that's something they're concerned about. So
But there should be like, you know, somewhere where those people say like if you include or like a name to our publisher in your video or something, in some way shout us out,
Mhm.
then like that will let you use our songs in your videos or something. Be a bit
Mhm.
more understanding. From what I think that like, you know, gameplay publishers, those things are a bit more understanding. Like they'll just,
yeah. Well, because
they
most of
won't
them
let you
understand that
monetize
it
it.
is just free
Exact-
advertising, you know?
exactly, yeah.
Nintendo
they
didn't
won't-
for a while, but they changed their mind.
Yeah, they won't let you monetize it, but they'll at least let you publish the content
Yeah.
for the world.
Yeah. I mean, they let you monetize it now. They've become more laid back
Oh,
about
really?
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
there used to be like one scene in Pokemon Black and White where if you played it, your video gets taken down immediately, so people had to skip the introduction to the game just to post their Let's Play.
Wow.
But that was when Nintendo was going all crazy. But
Yeah.
ever since the fix, everyone's been able to post that scene.
Yeah, I had no idea. that was
Actually, you
going
know
on.
what? Now that I think about it, the SpongeBob edit that I made, it got claimed for the song, but it wasn't taken down because of the song. It was taken down because of 10 seconds of footage from Doctor Strange, like a very specific section of footage from Doctor Strange.
See,
It's so weird.
And it's
I'm
like,
pretty sure that claim was like wrong.
and it's like
because-
it's weird too because other channels upload that same clip and their videos are unaffected and they stay monetized. But
Well, the thing is, that's like it doesn't make sense to me at all because the copyright law is if you use over 15 seconds of a movie clip, that's copyright. But you said it was 10 seconds.
it was definitely like it was. I mean,
So
well, I mean,
That
the
one makes
whole
me angry.
Doctor Strange section might have been longer, but it wasn't the whole section. It was a specific section at the beginning of the Doctor Strange section of footage. So it was probably only like a few seconds of footage.
Go to court.
go to court.
No,
fight 'em.
see, that's the
So-
kind of stuff I'm not willing to. I'm not willing to get into legal stuff, especially because at that point it's just like they're like we're in our legal right to protect what we own. I'm like, yep,
Yeah.
you're right.
I guess
Yup.
so.
It's just not. It's just not fair.
Especially since it's Disney, you don't want to fight Disney.
Yeah, no, they will run you into the ground.
The mouse will ruin your life 3 times over.
Anyway, I believe we were talking about what Nick was playing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
finished.
yeah.
I kind of forgot about that. We're just
We moved on to Gabe, but then
Well, yeah, I mean, did you have anything
Well,
else you wanted
I
to mention,
kinda-
Nick, before we move on to Gabe?
I like game, and I want to play more game.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah,
then.
all right.
I feel that.
That's a sound message to the people.
Okay, Gabe, start talking.
I pretty much mentioned all of what I was doing as well.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a smooth transition when you started talking about
I
totally
tried, Gabe. I
reliable
try.
delivery service. I mean, that's what we're trying. Besides Minecraft, I got many other games I'm looking into to do like little first looks at. There's a lot of games that like Twitch Prime gives you, and Epic Games gives free games all the time, and I want to take a look at all these games.
Hmm.
Maybe record it and see how I like them, and then I'll
Well,
do more Let's Plays. I've got this one going on in the modded Minecraft realm. There's probably a lot of other games I'd like to do Let's Plays of besides just Minecraft, and then there's other Minecraft stuff I want to do,
Hmm.
but that's coming in the future.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Future.
Well.
So, Tristan, what you been?
We're all eagerly awaiting Skater
Okay,
799 content.
Well, as for some of my subscribers, if any of people listening to this are also
Shout out to
subscribed
Tristan's
me,
account.
yeah, shout out to
Tristan's
my
account.
YouTube channel. It's literally called Tristan's.
Link
I've
in the
been
bottom.
link in the description.
Link at the
yeah.
bottom.
Link at the
No,
bottom of the place that this is uploaded on.
Link in my butt.
Nice.
What?
Lincoln Park. All right.
Cool.
I've been playing BioShock, the first one from 2007,
Skooky.
all as a way to build up to play throughout the whole franchise. Because personally, my favorite is BioShock Infinite, but that's the third one, and I feel like it'd be a disservice to just play the last one and disregard the rest in that awesome franchise.
Mhm.
Understandable.
So gameplay of that has been going up on my channel, but in my spare time I've actually been getting back into Minecraft thanks to Gabe, and we've been
Hey.
playing the Aether mod from the classic days of Minecraft.
That's right. We haven't talked about that.
Yeah, we've been
Well,
revisiting the old Aether mod.
It's not anything we're doing for content. We're just having fun on a server I have for Aether.
Yeah,
Mhm.
a little bit of a side hustle to relearn the
I've been
ropes
in-
like
I've been
we
playing
did
in
like
that too.
5 years ago.
Yeah, there's so much
Yeah.
like I've been playing in that too, and there's so much freaking like new stuff that I'm just never gonna touch because it's just so far
Yeah.
outside my realm of expertise.
Yeah,
I was on the
there's-
server,
because
like,
it's a mod
twice.
pack we're playing. It's not just the Aether mod, but a lot of it is just in a lot of exploration stuff. There's some tech. It's kind of fun to just mess around though. It has other dimensions, so it's nice going back into the old mods.
I
back in the
played
old
twice,
days.
and there was just too much going on for my head, so I gave up.
I understood.
Understandable.
I came to understand the mods that were gonna help me in my essentially mostly vanilla playthrough, and those are the ones that I understand. But I don't understand any of like the technology ones. We're in the Aether 2 Plus pack. I don't understand like any of the machines or anything like that. I just the only mods that I've utilized are like the chiseling for different blocks in my house and the Aether portal to go to the Aether, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm. But
Oh.
aside from the Aether mod, one more thing that we just actually played today, all of us, and
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
mentioned,
That
was
thing.
a lovely clone
Mhm.
of the classic Slender.
Oh my god.
The twist is that you're being hunted by Shrek while trying to survive collecting
It's
onions.
called Swamp Sim.
It's last been updated in like 2015, but it still holds up, just barely. It's a
The
classic.
graphics were pretty good for being 2015.
It,
I'm
it
gonna
looked
give-
about as good as the original Slender did, so.
Yeah. It was a product of its time, a true
Yeah.
classic. Absolutely free, and all of you should get it because it's just yeah, it's like a 10 out of 10.
Spectacular.
There will be
Yeah.
a video about it on Tristan's channel in the near future if you want to check it
You
out.
will
True.
find our comprehensive playthrough with everyone's perspectives
Yeah.
on all the jump scares on my channel here soon. So stay tuned for that.
And
Mhm.
looking
Other
at
than
the-
that, nothing else to be talked about for
That
playing.
game makes me feel so fucking stupid
It was so
because
great.
because it's like it's fucking Shrek, and you like he gets closer to you, and it's like Smash Mouth starts playing like
But
distorted,
it's distorted.
and it's scary, but at the same time you're like, why the fuck am I scared of this? This is so dumb.
You're also in the
Yeah.
I got a
mindset of
bit
why
more
am I
into it
playing
than
this?
I thought I would.
It's just
Gabe
jump
was the only
scares,
one to
man.
finish the game.
It's just jump scares.
Hey, don't spoil. You'll get into
Spoilers,
that in
man.
Tristan's
I
account.
didn't say
Yeah,
anything.
you don't want to
See
know
that
about
on
that.
the comprehensive.
You don't want to know about that here. Okay, so has anyone? I mean, Gabe, did you have anything else that you wanted to mention?
Not for gameplay. I mean,
Okay.
we can talk about watching some stuff, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
that's like
I mean, I didn't talk about what some of the stuff I've been playing. I did
Yeah, you go.
jump in a little bit for stuff that I played that you guys also played. But I've been playing for me, I've been playing a shit ton of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, it's
But they
it's
don't.
it's
They will.
it's kind of taken over my life for the past few days. I got it on Monday, I think. Today's Thursday, and it's most of what I've been doing, other than like homework and stuff for school. But like, I was not expecting to get nearly as into this game as I got because I played New Leaf on the 3DS and I didn't get that into it. But I think just something about the gameplay loop of Animal Crossing combined with the additional customization options that this game has just kind of got me attached to it. Like you can make your own, like in other Animal Crossings you just answer a few questions at the beginning and they auto generate a character for you. But in this game you can make your own character, you can design your own clothing. Basically everything about how the island looks and where everything is going to be like at your disposal. Like you can earn furniture, but you also like craft it. It's just a very satisfying and addicting gameplay loop. And it's taken up way too much of my time already. But hold on. Can I don't know if
Huh?
okay.
We're
I just
here.
I know. I just was making sure because it was very silent. But I know you guys don't have a lot to say about Animal
I
Crossing.
don't have much to say about
So-
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Because I haven't played it yet. I
Yeah.
haven't played any Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Oops,
But
Siri.
it looks cool. Fishing is a thing that you can do, and that's I like fishing.
That's
I
what
hope
Minecraft
everyone
is for.
has fun playing it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that everyone's playing it besides me. And
Besides us three.
us,
yeah.
we're the odd ones out, but have fun with it.
I
Sounds good.
have been and I will. Thank you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we're gonna use for gameplay of this episode too. So you can probably see me
Mhm.
doing my thing.
That's Chris right there. That has been him
Yeah,
this whole time.
I recorded it ahead of time, so I'm hoping we
He
don't
wasn't
need.
playing Galaga like Gabe was
I wasn't
last
playing
week.
Galaga in another
Yeah,
window.
not live.
Yeah.
That was really hard.
Yeah. But other than that, I've been playing modded Minecraft with those guys. I played a little more of Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I want to go back to it. I don't know. Just like that game, I feel like I really like it, but it's just like something about it. It's not that it's like I don't even know really how to describe why it hasn't really held my interest as much as I hoped it would. Because it is I did really like the first Ori game and it improves on it in a lot of ways. I guess it's just something where like eventually like you sort of I feel like I'm talking in circles. It's the loop I get into with most Metroidvanias where like the map just becomes like so big and I get to a point where I just kind of get sick of it, I guess. Not like in a way where I dislike the game. It's just like I kind of need to just take a break and just come back to it later when I'm in the mood for it. So that's what I'm doing right now with that game, and I'll go back to it soon, but I'm not exactly sure when that will be. And
Cool.
what?
Cool.
Oh yeah. And then I haven't really actually played anything, but I sort of what Tristan was saying earlier about Bioshock sort of made me think of this. I've been thinking recently about doing, since this year's Mario's 35th anniversary, I've been thinking about just streaming every single game in the Mario series. Just because I wanted to play Mario Galaxy 2 because Game Grumps are playing Mario Galaxy 2 right now. But I was also like, for a while I've wanted to stream all the Mario games, just in order, but I just haven't really gotten around to doing it yet. But that's sort of my excuse. All right, hold on. Yeah, Nick, I got your message. Who said something? Because there was somebody cut out.
Yeah,
It was
no.
you who cut out.
You cut out, but you kept.
Well, who
talking.
said stuff while I was talking?
I did.
What'd you
Nick
say?
said, "Keep talking."
Yeah, because I thought
He's
you
just
said
saying
talking.
keep talking.
But he did keep talking. He just couldn't hear you.
Well, what did you
I
say?
assume you were either thinking of words to say or you cut out. And either way, I'm like, I'll just wait.
Well, who? Wait, okay. So who said something?
It's fine. Keep moving.
Yeah, Nick.
I said something,
you
but you
stopped
didn't get
talking,
it because
so
you
he
cut
just said
out and
keep
didn't hear
talking.
us.
Oh, it was a joke that's not gonna be funny anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't that funny
yeah.
to begin with.
I
Sorry,
thought about that because Tristan was saying like he wanted to do BioShock Infinite, but he also didn't want to not do the rest of the BioShock series.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I
that's
want to play
understandable.
Galaxy 2, but I also want to do the rest of the Mario games because I've been in a Mario mood. So, if I end up doing that, there will be like a video on my channel about it soon. Just announcing it. I'll have some sort of schedule, and we'll start with Super Mario Brothers and do every mainline game up until Odyssey. And hopefully, by the time that's over, we'll have an announcement for when the next mainline game is going to come out. So,
Hopefully.
yeah. If there's a Nintendo Direct, which is possible there
Ever.
won't be. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for video games for me. Do you want to move on to movies and shows and whatnot?
Yeah. I'll start because I started before.
Cool.
So I haven't really watched anything because you guys have been saying you've been watching a lot. Well, I said I've been playing a ton of games. Like I've been on Discord from 9 to 3 every day. That's at night, not in the morning. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't function in the
Not
morning.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m.
9 p.m. to 3 a.m. But like, and so I haven't really watched anything. But I think I rewatched Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker before the last after the last episode.
Oh.
I think.
I haven't rewatched
have.
it because
And I'm still not disappointed by it. I still can't get behind a hate train on it. I don't understand.
that movie is one of those things where like the longer time, the more amount of time I spend away from it, the less I think of it. But every time I watch it, I'm like, no, I still like it.
I still like it.
When I watch it, I like it, but the more I think about it, the less I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, when you think about like what they did, like it could have been better, but at the same time, when you watch it, it's like it's a good
Yeah.
movie.
It presents itself
Yeah.
very well. It has a very good presentation, which I feel like can be said for all of the sequel movies. So
I mean, that can be said for all the Star Wars movies in general.
Yeah.
Maybe not,
it's
true.
maybe not certain
Stupid.
things about the CGI in the prequels, but that's
but like overall, all 9 movies, they're good movies. But if you go and think about all the plot holes, you're gonna pick everything out, and that's what everyone does with every movie.
Yeah.
yeah.
But Star Wars fans are worse about
Yeah,
it.
it's funny too because I feel like in give it like 10 years time, and people will look back on Rise of Skywalker the same way they look back on Return of the Jedi generally, where it's like, you know, there were retcons that were unnecessary that didn't need to be made, but overall it's still a good movie.
I mean,
it's
in
not the best.
2000 In 2006, everyone hated Episode 3. In 2020, everyone loves Episode 3.
I don't know. I think
Episode 3 is the best.
episode 3 has always had its fans.
Well, what I was told, because we were still kids when it came out, so we weren't really listening to what people were saying.
Mhm.
But my mom told me when she watched it, all the adults that watched Star Wars as kids were complaining about a lot of scenes in it.
That's weird. Because I feel
So,
like
like-
that's definitely the best of the prequel trilogy.
Well, they were
so
complaining about the prequels
Oh yeah.
the entire time.
yeah. Well, that's understandable, but
Yeah. And other than that, the only thing I've been watching is the news, learning about 19.
Did you have a freaking bleep soundboard ready for that?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
That's amazing.
That was
I
perfect.
think that's the coolest thing I've ever.
The Backstreet
experienced
Boys
Nick
reunion
doing.
tour.
Buckle straight,
19th
boys.
The 19th one.
That's really funny. All right, so Nick, thank you for your contributions.
Thank you for your time.
Welcome.
Oh yeah, I think I did I don't know if I finished my thought earlier about Return of the Jedi. I would just I was saying I feel like in 10 years time people are going to look back on Rise of Skywalker and be like, yeah, it had retcons and plot holes that were unnecessary, and it's not as good as the other movies in the trilogy, but it's still generally a pretty good movie. Like, it's decent
See,
at least.
I feel like that's gonna be the way for the entire sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi too. Like,
Well,
come on.
also, like, you know, the prequels, like, you know, people, you know, even now people still hate them, but they also garnered a fan base that, like, adamantly defends the prequel trilogy, so
Yeah.
I feel like it's only a matter of time before people say the same about the sequels. I mean, there's already a group of people that swear by The Last Jedi, so I mean,
To some people, it's not going to age well, and then to others, it's going to be a gem.
yeah. Which is basically
As it always
it's
is.
basically
I think
what you can say
it's
about the
always
entire
gotta be
Star
that
Wars
way.
saga. So
Hodo maneuver is
Yeah.
always gonna be the best scene in Star Wars.
yeah. It's always gonna frustrate me that they saved the best sequence ever for the worst character.
If
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar was the one who did the Hodo maneuver instead of the worst
Yeah.
character in Star Wars history, then it would have been the best scene ever.
Yeah.
But like, even though it was still one of the best like produced scenes I've seen in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, I just go back and watch it. I'm like, holy
That was one of
shit.
those things like you see it in the theater and you're like, "Oh my god."
I still,
Yeah.
if I watch The Last Jedi again and I see that scene, I'm just like, I've been waiting the entire movie for this.
See, I say that about the Yoda scene. The Yoda scene is my favorite scene in all of Star Wars.
Oh, that's a really good scene too.
Yeah.
That scene's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of talk about something related that I've been watching, but I don't know if you guys are okay with me go.
Chris, you go next because you almost had a good segue.
Yeah, and then
There
I
you go.
ruined it by thinking too much about it. Okay. In terms of what I've been watching, I've been watching Clone Wars. I'm not totally caught up. I really liked the new episodes that focused on the clones and the Bad Batch. But I'm not a big fan of the new Ahsoka episodes, which is disappointing.
Yeah, me too.
That's what I've heard. I
Yeah.
haven't
It's like
watched any
it's
because
like-
I haven't watched the Clone Wars at all.
Yeah, Ahsoka herself is still awesome, and I still really like her. But she meets up with these new characters that I don't. They're just like their voice acting is just like really like awkward, and like the episodes themselves are just kind of boring, and not a lot really happens. I feel like all of like the moments that would be intense are kind of undercut by music that doesn't really fit.
And it seems like the line delivery doesn't match the animation that they did for the
Yeah.
characters' faces sometimes.
Yeah, it just feels like the production value on that first chunk of episodes was way higher, and like now it just seems way more stilted and awkward for some reason, and I don't understand why. But that was the last time I was watching an episode, I stopped watching halfway through just because I got bored and I just went to go like eat or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna catch up because I'm sure the finale of the whole series is gonna be great. And I want to.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah, I want to be caught up before shit goes down. But like, you know, those episodes have been kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long as we're talking about what I've done, moving on from Star Wars stuff, I've been watching that new Netflix show that everyone is talking about,
Oh, gosh, I
Tiger
haven't
King.
seen it yet. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
Tiger King is a very interesting show because it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's just very addicting television. It's one of those shows that like you get into and like even though the episodes are an hour long, you want to just keep watching, just to see like what else happens. Uh, it's a very and like all the characters are like pretty much everyone is just like despicable and annoying, but it's like there's just something about the story of the whole thing of like that just like keeps you like wanting to continue it. So I haven't watched an episode of it in a while, but I'm planning to go back and finish it because apparently another episode is supposed to be coming out. It might already be out. I have no idea, but that was a good voice crack.
It's beautiful.
um, and then other than that, I've watched some more movies with my family. I've got my letterbox pulled up so that I can list them off. We watched. Okay, so out of I don't know whether I talked about what we watched because we've watched 3 weeks worth of movies, and I don't know whether I talked
We
about.
talked about the first two.
I talked about the first two. Okay,
I
so
think so.
okay, so assuming that that's the truth, since then I have watched a movie. I've watched 5 movies, I think. Yeah. Okay. So the first one was Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, and I did not like that one at all. um,
Oh wow.
I thought it was just not funny and kind of boring and mean spirited. Generally, people seem to like that movie, and my family liked it, but I was not a fan. And then after that, hold on, I gotta go back into my tab so I can read it off. After that, we watched Grease, which was better. I still think it's lacking in certain places, but the music is classic and it's still like entertaining for what it is. And then after that was I Love You Man with Paul Rudd and Jason Segel. I'm just making sure real quick you guys can still hear me.
Yeah, we're still listening.
Okay.
We're just letting you
Okay.
talk.
Okay. I just when it goes totally silent, I want to make sure that I'm not like anyway.
You want me to say like, yeah, every time you finish one of the movies?
I guess just
Okay.
for confirmation's sake.
Nice.
So I watched I Love You Man with Paul Rudd and Jason Segel. The main thing I didn't like about that movie was that there's a scene where Paul Rudd projectile vomits on Jon Favreau on screen, and it's really nasty. But other than that, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty funny.
Ant-Man pukes on Happy.
Yep. That's the funny thing about
no.
going back and watching like some like other movies like this, like other like comedies and dramas and stuff, is that in so many of them there's always at least one person that's been in an MCU movie since.
And you just call him by the superhero name while watching the movie.
It's just it's something not I don't even really realize it every time. It's just like when you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, he was in this and they were in that, and then they were together in this crossover movie or whatever. So yeah, that movie was good. Then we watched my favorite live action movie ever made, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Woo!
That movie is, I mean, it was my top movie of 2010 and our best of the decade episode. So you can already imagine what I think of it. I think it's fantastic. It's super stylized and funny and fast paced, and it pretty much is everything I want out of a movie. So I'm glad I rewatched that. And then the last one was a movie called St. Elmo's Fire, which I thought was okay. I don't really have much else to say about it. It's just like sometimes the characters do stuff that I feel like should be more frowned upon than it is in the movie. Like they just kind of move on from it without like giving it much mind, even though some of it is really fucked up. So
That's how movies work, though.
but this movie especially was just like you're like, how did he get away with that? Like why are they still like friends, Like why are they okay with this? Other than that, it was decent. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I've been watching. So
Okay.
now it's time for
I
someone
haven't
else to
seen
take the
many of
wheel.
those movies, but
Gabe, what have you been watching? Because I know
Um,
you and Angela have watched a lot.
So regarding my recent Pixar raid, oh yeah, I've been watching a lot of Pixar with my girlfriend, just because it's on Disney Plus, and I wanted to revisit it. And there's a lot of stuff I hadn't seen. I think I talked about Toy Story 4, right?
Did you talk about Toy Story 4 in the last episode?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
I did because
Okay.
I had watched Toy Story, well, all the previous Toy Story movies. And then we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, we watched Coco.
Ooh, that's a good movie.
Yeah, that was a really good movie because my girlfriend hadn't seen it at that point. And I think we watched Cars. We have seen Cars. but
Cars is the
Everyone
best
has seen
movie.
Cars.
Yeah.
Cars is so good.
She hasn't seen Cars 3.
I haven't either.
So
The Cars
yeah,
3
I
is
think I did.
very-
I did once. But
pretty
we
good.
might to Cars 3. There's a lot of other
Cars
Pixar
2 is
stuff.
an unnecessary movie.
Cars 2 is annoying.
Yeah, Cars 3 fixes that.
Good. I need
Yeah.
to watch it.
Yeah, I want to rewatch Cars 3, but we'll get to that. There's still Up to watch, and
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
watch Wally as well. So
Yes.
that's going to be coming up.
Dude,
Like there's a lot of new things that we have to see, but we also want to rewatch the classics.
yeah.
Just 'cause-
I've been really wanting to rewatch Wall-E because I remember thinking it was boring when I was little, but I feel like that's one of the more mature Pixar movies.
It really is.
So
Yeah.
I feel like I would enjoy it a lot more if I rewatched it now.
I think Up is her favorite, is Angela's favorite.
Yeah. Up is one of my
That
favorite
makes
movies.
me cry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes her cry every time, but it's also her favorite. And the one I want to watch the most right now is Wally,
Mhm.
because it's just it's great.
Well, Disney Plus Party
Yeah, Disney Plus Party. Where are you at?
browser extension.
Besides that, I watched Amadeus with my family.
Is it a Mozart movie?
Yeah, the classic 1980s 3-hour long Mozart flick.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so wait, what is Amadeus about, Gabe?
It's the guy Amadeus
Mm-hmm.
who is like this really intelligent genius, and then Mozart's there, and Mozart is this really, like, everyone knows Mozart, but
Yeah.
apparently in his life he was just like a really obnoxious kid who was like some dirty or like rotten minded. The first time you see him, he's like chasing this girl down the hall. And
Is it
then
a comedy?
they go. It's kind of like a drama comedy, something like
Yeah,
that.
because I was assuming that, like, movies with that naming convention that are about historical figures are usually dramas. But
Yeah, but it was pretty funny.
Mhm.
And Mozart was like smooth as hell. Like, he was the funniest dude. The main character, he was a composer, and he like wrote this he wrote this little tiny piece to welcome Mozart
Mhm.
into they were working on an opera together. So when Mozart was coming in, he was playing his piece. And then he's like, "Oh, that's a fun little tune." And then he started playing it without even just from hearing it. And then he started.
Didn't the same thing
modifying it.
happen in Rocket Man?
Yeah, I think something like that. It's just the funniest thing they
Yeah.
can do for a musical movie is have someone come in
Yeah.
who's better.
That's
and
how
then
you show that
rewrite
they're a
your-
musical prodigy.
Yeah, is they come in, they just play your stuff and remake it and do it better.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, you like that? Do you think this is good?"
Yeah. You should go to Harvard for music.
I'm a very musical guy. I play a lot of instruments. It was a cool thing to watch because I play piano.
Yeah. You're a very
Musical man.
musical man. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
Mozart
helping me
does
out
get
there. I was like walking towards a cliff slowly, and I was one step
You're
over,
very-
and you turned me around and got me walking in the other direction. So thank you.
Oh, but of course.
And then yesterday, I saw The Sorcerer's Apprentice by myself.
Is that the one with? Isn't Nick Cage in that?
Nick Cage and the guy who plays Triston. He's in it. 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 He's in it the guy from How to Train Your Dragon Hiccup. I have no idea what the.
Wait,
But
hold on.
he was in live
Okay.
action.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else live action before.
I think I know there was some other movie, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh my god, that's the voice of Hiccup. And then when I watched it yesterday, I'm like, he's also in this. It was the voice of Hiccup. And then Nick Cage, classic, classy
Classic
man.
guy.
I mean, really the best.
Yeah.
Can't get better than that. And the Disney girls in it, Olivia Holt or something like that.
I don't know who that
She's
is.
in there.
Wasn't she on Kicking It?
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Was that the show she was on?
No. Well, it's the girl from Jessie. Who's the blonde?
No.
from Jessie?
Holly Hills?
Yeah, she was on. Yeah, she was on Kicking It. Olivia Holt was on Kicking It.
No, I meant. Well, then
you
maybe
talking about-
it's not Olivia
Wait,
Holt. I
who are
mean
you
the
talking
girl
about, Gabe? Are you
from
talking about the girl that played Holly Hills in Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Yes, her.
Oh.
She was in this. Was in.
I don't remember her being in that. That's weird.
That
is
is
Holly
such a-
Hills was Peyton List.
Oh yeah.
Peyton
yeah,
List.
yeah. That's such a
That was-
weird
she's from
adaptation.
Jessie.
Yeah. It's so
Mhm,
funny
yeah.
because her and the other kid, what's his face, the kid that played Shirag, they were in Diary of a Wimpy Kid together, and then they both got
Mhm.
cast in Jessie.
Yeah. But they played the main characters when they were kids.
Yeah.
That's who she was in Sorcerer's Apprentice.
That Sorcerer's
It's
Apprentice is such a weird adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was
I
like
mean,
the
it's
freaking
not something you would expect to need an adaptation, but I thought it held up.
yeah.
It wasn't like the-
very different.
it was
Assuming
also
that
very,
it's like
corny.
that's a Disney movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like an adaptation of that one cartoon with like Mickey
Of
Mouse as the
the-
sorcerer's hat.
Yeah, they even had
Yeah.
that scene.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. That's just it's very weird, but they've been talking about making a movie about the Magic Kingdom. So
Of course.
I mean, they already made freaking like Jungle Cruise and Haunted Mansion and like
I mean, what would be really cool is that one book series.
Kingdom
uh,
Keepers.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would
See,
be
that's what
actually
I've been
really
saying
cool.
is that like when they announced they were gonna make a Magic Kingdom movie, I'm like, why don't they just adapt Kingdom Keepers? And for some
Yeah,
reason,
'cause,
they don't
like,
want to do that.
I never read it, but I've always been interested
Yeah.
ever since you explained the
I read the
story to
first
me.
two, and I feel like because it's just weird, especially because it's like it'd be different if they wanted to go in a different direction. But I read the premise, like the supposed premise of the Magic Kingdom movie, and it's basically the exact same premise as Kingdom Keepers. So I don't know why they just didn't adapt that instead of just making something that's very similar but arbitrarily different. You know.
And they had to pay money for rights.
But I'm pretty sure Kingdom Keepers had to pay money for the Disney rights.
Yeah, but that means Disney makes more money.
I don't know, man. There's like 15 Kingdom Keepers books now.
Is there really?
Yeah, something like that. I stopped reading after the second one, but
It's like Diary of
Yeah,
a Wimpy Kid.
yeah.
Just keeps going.
it's like at some point you just got to know when to call it quits.
That Filky man. He's gonna keep cranking them out.
No, dude. Jeff Kinney writes Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Who's
Dav Pilkey writes Captain Underpants, and
Oh,
he
yeah, there you go.
he knew when to
Correct.
end it. He ended Captain
He did.
Underpants. He knows
Yeah.
what he's doing.
Sorry, I got one mastermind confused
Yeah.
for another.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Tristan, what have you been watching?
Well, before I get into one thing, because it's just gonna put me on a tangent. I watched with my parents a new Netflix movie with Mark Wahlberg called Spencer Confidential.
Huh.
It's like it looks cool. It's got a cool poster. I love like black and yellow. I'm like looking at the IMDb page for it right now. But
Yellow, black and yellow.
yeah. But basically you can kind of take how the movie goes just by saying it's a Mark Wahlberg movie.
Were there cheeseburgers?
So you're saying it's like Transformers 4 is what I'm hearing.
Essentially, yeah, he's like a disgraced cop that is trying to like both clear his
Uh-huh.
name and like some other like citizen in the city that he's from that feels victimized by
Yeah.
like police corruption
It's the
and stuff.
it's the sequel to The Other Guys.
It's the other guys, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. Mark, God. The
And
other
like
guys.
he's got a partner in like not crime, but also
Yeah.
not like busting crime because he's a disgraced cop. And it's played by like his partner is played by Winston Duke, who
Will
was also M'Baku from
Oh yeah.
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's pretty funny. It's it's like I think it got like a 3 out of 5 stars. It's a Netflix movie. It's
Yeah.
like you can guess the plot pretty easily. It's pretty predictable. It's just an action movie, but like
Yeah.
it's entertaining to watch. Like
Yeah.
one
When you're in the
time and
mood for
say
something
you've
like
seen it.
that, then
Yeah, go on ahead and check that out when you're bored.
shout out to
But,
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, sure. Shout out to Marky Mark and your wonderful burgers.
Yeah.
please give me burger.
Can't
Please
wait. That's the
make the
first
burgers
thing.
cheaper.
First thing I'm gonna do when I'm
Burger.
out of quarantine is go get a Wahlburger.
Burger.
That's what we
Gabe
should
and
all
I
do.
have already decided where we're going after quarantine's over.
Yeah.
Blaze Pizza.
Blaze.
And it's Wahlburgers
Gabe, that wasn't it.
from Red Robin.
Red Robin.
No, we did talk about that. We're going to Red Robin
Yum.
as soon as we're out of this. And the only one close to us is like an hour away.
It's like
There's
yeah.
one in Sanford and one on iDrive.
Well, there's one a half hour away, but we usually only go to the one that's an hour away because we're idiots.
Aquatica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, other than Red Robin and a Marky Mark movie, I've been watching, for the first time ever, That 70s Show in full from like start to finish. And I gotta say that it's probably my like most favorite TV show like ever already.
Dang,
Because
dude.
I've really never had an interest. I've always been one of those people that are like, I've been born in the wrong generation because like I always loved the 80s.
Yeah.
But like I never really had any reason to be interested in the 70s like at all. All I ever really knew about the 70s was like disco and stoners. But
Sounds about right.
but like that 70s show really makes it so interesting because it shows like every side of it, because it's like the dad is an old like war veteran, so he's super like hardened and still like acts like he's like from the 50s.
Yeah.
And the kids are all goofball stoners, but like they all go through things that like you can relate to. It's
Yeah.
like every character on the show is relatable in some way or another, and it's like I've never really been big on sitcoms despite watching them a ton on like Disney Channel when I was younger.
Yeah.
But like outside of like pure entertainment value, I've never really found anything like special about sitcoms. But like this show is so like real in a sense. Like each character, you can like believe that the character isn't like just an actor on a screen. You can
Yeah.
like actually feel like you can get to know these guys basically.
Yeah.
And
And you too.
yeah, and it's like, and the comedy is always so on point, and like the cast has like perfect chemistry with each other. There's no like, there's never a sense that you can feel like the actors don't actually like each other or something
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
the scenes, because like when that happens, it shows. It always does.
Yeah.
But
The only show I've ever gotten into like that is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is like
I've been watching that.
yeah, it's very similar. It's similar in the sense that it's not similar to that 70s show, but it's like it's similar in terms of like it's like a show about a bunch of people, and it's like the reality side of it is like super like investing, but it's like also really funny, and all the characters have great chemistry and that sort of thing. I've seen a little bit of that 70s show because Tati really loves that show.
yeah,
So I've watched some of it with her. But I've never, and like my friend Luke also loves that show.
yeah.
But I've never really like actually sat down and watched a ton of it, just like a few scattered episodes.
I highly recommend you start like at the beginning and see if you like it from the first few episodes because they're just pure gold. Like it had me hooked from the start. And I don't think
Nice.
there's been a bad episode since.
Nice.
But I've learned that in the final season one of the
Yeah.
main characters leaves the show to go be a part of a movie that didn't perform so well, so it makes me kind of sad.
At least it was one of your favorite movies, though.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite movies, but it makes me really sad because like I'm like a season away from that already. It's
Yeah.
got 8 seasons and I'm already halfway through season 6 after starting it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's
But
what happens.
so I'm like highly dreading losing a main character because like I have no idea how they're gonna do it. I feel like it's gonna like
Yeah.
disrupt this like perfect show that's been going on
Yeah.
for so long.
And that's
Even
the
The
hard
Office.
thing about like shows like that. It's just not everyone wants to do it forever, and it's like that happened.
Yeah.
That happened with a character on Brooklyn Nine-Nine too, but it was a character I didn't really like anyway, so I was okay with it.
I feel like all shows should get to the point where like if they are going to like lose a main character, especially someone as vital as Eric in that 70s show, because
Yeah.
it's like he's really the main character.
hmm
It's like I feel like the shows should just do a decisive end or
Yeah.
like a leave an open end period instead of like try to drag it on for like another season or 2 or
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Mhm.
10 in the case of Supernatural and stuff.
Yeah. That's
If
like
a
what
sh-
The Office did when
yeah.
Michael Scott left, and
Like-
it kind of like I think they should have ended.
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
Michael left.
I
that
feel
was the
like
end of it.
they know that like they're really only dragging it on just to try, but I feel like the magic's kind of gone after
Yeah.
that point. So I feel like they should just
Yeah. Because it's like
start ending shows.
yeah, because as like even though some shows have more longevity than others, I feel like every show reaches a point where it's like it's said what it's wanted to say, and it's just better to just let it lie instead of dragging it on and like making the the quality steadily decline because like
Right.
just,
Yeah,
for whatever
that's-
reason, like people leaving, writers shifting in and out, like stuff like that.
It's like The Walking Dead. Like I haven't seen the show in like the past 2 seasons, but I always keep up with the news on the show, and it's
Yeah.
like pretty much every main character ever except for Daryl has left the show now, and it like
Yep.
I
Yeah.
don't see how that show is surviving like at all
Yeah.
without
It's
Rick
because
and
like
Carl,
after like
you know?
I mean Breaking Bad was on AMC, right?
Yeah.
So other than like Better Call Saul, like The Walking Dead is just kind of their major franchise, and they don't want to lose it, I guess, because they're like not only do they have that show, but they're also like they have Fear the Walking Dead, and they're making another spin-off show.
Yeah,
So-
which and it's funny because that other spin-off show that they're doing, one of the main characters is played by the
The voice
the guy
actor
that
for
played
Gumball.
Gumball.
Yeah, I know.
I find that really funny that
Yeah.
there's gonna be a Walking Dead spin-off with Gumball in it.
Yeah. That's
Because
the only reason I'm interested in watching it.
Yeah,
I'll
That's the
watch
only
until
reason.
they kill him off.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
and then I'm
that
done.
yeah. Oh yeah, you know what? I just realized since we're talking about shows ending is that Steven Universe ended,
Mhm.
and I didn't think to talk about it because literally it ended the day after we recorded the last episode of the podcast, so it feels like we talked about it last time.
I think you
But-
talked about it happening, but you didn't.
Yeah.
you
Dude,
didn't
I
experience it.
I was sobbing. I was so sad that show was over. But
Just it's like we've been talking about some shows.
yeah.
They had to end or they just go
Mhm.
downhill.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Steven Universe. It told the story it wanted to tell. I feel like every character reached a point where you could be satisfied with how it was left off, and they the ending is open enough to where if they really wanted to make more in the future they could. But I'm satisfied with where it left off, and I think it's a fitting end to the series. It just makes me sad that it's over because I've been watching it for so long.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
like
the same thing's been happening with all the Arrowverse shows. Like you can see some of them just need to end.
yeah.
Like Legends
they
of
really
Tomorrow
do.
only has 2 main characters left from the first season.
Yeah.
That needs to go. And like I get with Flash, I don't think they should end it anytime soon but I think they're starting the phasing out of the original characters other than the main character.
Yeah.
Just because with comic book shows, you can't keep the same characters when, like, a character as big as the Flash has so many other side characters that you can phase in and out. Like with Arrow, they phased so many characters in and out until they were out of them, and then they were like, okay,
And they're
it's
just
time to end.
time to end it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Flash hasn't phased their characters in and out yet, and they still have this whole like arsenal of people they can use.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that. But as a comic book show, that's how it should be.
Mm-hmm. You cut out like a little bit in the middle of that, but
I think it's fine.
yeah, unless you want to repeat yourself, I think we got the gist of
I think I made
what you
my
were saying.
point.
But I think with Arrowverse shows, Legends needs to end, but I don't think it will. I think their lowest performing show, and I don't get why they keep it going.
Mm,
I don't either.
I don't know.
It's better to just you gotta die a
Yeah.
hero instead of live long enough
Yeah.
to become a
To
villain.
become bad.
But there's, I mean, through all of this, there's the one thing we can take away is that The Simpsons and SpongeBob will run until our grandchildren's
that's
grandchildren
never-
Until the
die.
end of time.
Until
yeah.
our grandchildren's grandchildren are deceased and turned to dust.
Until the Backstreet Boys have another reunion.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So Tristan, is that all you've been in watching?
Yeah, that's about it. For
All
me.
right. So I think we've gone around. I think we've made the rounds and
Yeah.
said most
that.
of what we want to say. So anything else to add, lads, before we end off for
I
this
just
week?
want to go play Totally Reliable
I just
Delivery
wanna go
Service.
play Halo.
Dude, I want to
Shut
play
up,
Halo
Gabe.
again. I haven't played Halo since last episode.
I guess I haven't either.
That's crazy.
Well, I
think-
guess our subscribers will be looking forward to having a lot more content going up on our individual channels.
Yeah, because we're gonna be we're playing a lot more games to pass the time. So
I don't have
Subscribe
subscribers.
to Tristan's account.
I only have 7. I need
Check
help.
out
you,
Scooter 7.
Tristan, you've got 5 more plugs remaining before you get kicked off.
Alright, it's
and-
5
and-
more
and-
episodes.
and
All right. Thank you very much for listening. We hope you're keeping safe and keeping clean during this
Wash your
period.
Wash your hands.
Don't
and
go-
your feet.
wash your fucking hands.
Don't
God damn.
don't go to crowded places. I mean, hopefully no places are crowded anyway, but don't go
6
out
feet apart.
more than you need to. Stay 6 feet
6
apart.
feet.
Yeah, wash
uh,
your home,
you
stay
know.
hands.
No sex. Sex is not 6 feet apart. Goddamn, Gabe.
Got sprung.
We should.
Oh, I
All
made.
right.
I didn't talk about my baking since I'm doing my baking.
Gabe, I'm
Cookie.
jealous of your baking.
I wanted your
I
food.
made.
I would ask you to
brookie.
bring me stuff, but we're social distancing.
You don't get nothing.
Gabe, when are you gonna start a cooking show on your channel?
Yeah.
That'll come soon after I get all this delivery service out, and I'll start going into the real life baking content.
Do it.
Yeah,
I
if you-
already gave your girlfriend the idea, so she better make it happen.
I saw. Yeah, I saw your. You sent me the Snapchat.
Gabe, you guys should recruit me to help you bake and make it comedic.
I don't think.
Haha, funny,
I
stinky.
don't know.
Haha.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I
Haha,
don't think that's
haha,
really-
haha.
Oh my god.
So we
I think
got
he's
a brown-
broken. I think Nick.
He's
getting
I
out
think,
of hand.
I think Nick.exe stopped working.
We poured the.
All right,
the
I'm gonna open
brownie
Task Manager.
mix into the large glass pan, and then we put cookie dough on top of it, and then we let it bake, and then the cookies rose up, and then the brownies rose up over the cookies. So it was
Rise.
pretty good.
You got to do the cooking by the book.
Ice cream, on it, and then whipped cream, and then chocolate sauce, and I had a heart attack.
Oh.
Yes.
And then this is the last episode with Gabe.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, and I'm about to have a heart attack. Right.
I'm about to have another one, so I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think. Oh.
Oh.
Well, there you go. All right. I think this is gone.
That's
on long.
about it. That's
I think
all I
this has
got.
gone on long enough. Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe.
Wait,
stay
wait,
clean.
wait.
What?
I want to do the outro.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to all 5 of us.
4.
There's 4 of us, but
5.
we have 5
That's-
channels in total. So
Actually,
I
6.
suppose.
what's the 6th channel?
Don't forget about Cheese Games.
Oh yeah.
Cheese game.
Subscribe to
What
the
was
channels.
the 5th then?
It was Unstable
Look
Opinions.
at the.
Oh, what are we on right now?
Tristan, you're
This is
fired.
Who are we?
Get out of here.
Who am I?
All right. I'm okay, for real. Thank you for listening. Until next time,
Wash your hands.
wash your hands, stay clean, stay safe. We love you.
Peace
Bye-bye.
out.
Bye.
Sayonara.